Hi companions. A lady went into a coma after being found inert in her house. Her spouse went down and talked the truth in her ear as the plug was evacuated on her life bolster. He had no thought she might listen all he said and was around to battle back. Lindy Brown Pelletierswap was as it were 45, a long time ancient, when her child Stephen found her oblivious in their Arizona domestic. He instantly called 911, and Lindy was surged to Pennant Del Eve Webb Therapeutic Center. For 5 days, Lindy endured seizures and inevitably fell into a coma, where she remained for 12 days, concurring to reflect. Lindy's spouse Steve, girl Amanda, and child Stephen trusted for a marvel, but specialists said there was nothing more they seemed due and prescribed taking Lindy off life back. The extreme choice was made to drag the plug, honoring what the family thought were Lindy's wishes. My family knows I am an ardent organ benefactor, so when my organs began to fall flat, they made the decision. It was time to form that decision, Lindy would afterward clarify. As Lindy's family came to say their farewells, small did her family know that Lindy listened each word. I keep in mind individuals talking to me, Lindy reviewed. I keep in mind when individuals came to visit, my niece perusing to me. She too recollected the specialists talking around her looming downfall, telling the family what to anticipate as she unavoidably passed absent. Told that I would begin to form clamors when they turned off life bolster. It was exceptionally disquieting. I couldn't move. I couldn't conversation, couldn't react. I might fair listen discussions around me and approximately me, Lindy said. I keep in mind a specialist opening my eyes, messing with me, and telling my family I was not reacting. Lindy knew she had to talk up to spare her possessed life, but she attempted and fizzled. In my head, it was self-evident what I was saying, but it wasn't to them, she clarified. At that point, she found all the inspiration she required within the words her spouse inclined down and whispered in her ear, considering she was almost to take off this life. They expelled all the tubes as he requested, she reviewed, including that a specialist was holding up to pronounce her dead, whereas an organ gift group was on standby, prepared to require her organs. But her spouse, Steve, wasn't prepared for his spouse to take off him. In a whisper, Steve argued with Lindy, reminding her of a reality she was almost to create everybody else mindful of. After 12 days in a coma, Lindy woke up, expressing 3 words that astounded her whole family. I'm a fighter, she overseen to reply after Steve talked that truth in her ear. I was at long last able to induce out, I'm a fighter, which is what my spouse was whispering in my ear, Lindy said, reviewing the minute she woke up from her coma after being taken off life bolster, agreeing to everyday mail. I need you to fight. Dazed, Steve rapidly went to induce the specialist. My spouse said, she is doing everything you said she wouldn't do. Lindy reviewed. In reality, AZ family said that Lindy was back, wakeful, and reacting, which was against all chances and what specialists had said would happen. But, not realizing what was happening, Amanda came to the clinic, considering her mother was gone. I looked at her, and she fair said, hi, and I fair fell to my knees, Amanda reviewed sorrowfully, depicting how she softened down after getting the stun of her life. Lindy inevitably cleared out the healing center but wasn't out of the woods. In spite of her remarkable recuperation, she endured a few well-being issues and complications. Lindy indeed had to memorize to walk and nourish herself once more. They discharged me with domestic healthcare to proceed learning everything, she said. She moreover required various follow-up surgeries and hospitalizations and endured PTSD from the encounter. Nearly a long time afterward, Lindy Brown Pelletierswap still had no answers as to why she to begin with fell oblivious or how she made such a recuperation. But there was one thing she was beyond any doubt of, that she required others to know as well. Just since you're not cognizant does not cruel you cannot hear, she said. So you ought to conversation to your adored ones on the off chance that you're in that situation. They listen you. The involvement moreover cleared out her family with an imperative message for others as well. Everything can be taken absent. You'll wake up one day, and everything is fine, and after that your life may be a mess, Lindy's child Stephen said. Keep your family near and don't let them go, he included. I don't take for allowed that I get to come domestic and kiss my mom, Stephen proceeded. Every day I come domestic from work, seeing her and talking to her. Go embrace your cherished ones, and remind others to do the same since you never know when it can be your final chance. Never know when it